Welcome to the Lines in the Water podcast. I'm your co-host, Carlos Obregon, and as always, joined by the Hulk Hogan of fishing, receding hairline and all, Captain Todd Wilson, and our guest, Captain Mitchell Speed. How's it going, guys?
Good. It's not a receding hairline.
Oh, no?
No, used to be a forehead. Then I met you. Now it's an 8.
I'm trying to figure out where the Hulk Hogan came from.
Me
Did I
too.
miss
Well,
something?
see, the thing is, like,
I'm more
Todd,
like Roddy Piper.
see, when the thing is, like, you look at Todd's old pictures, and he actually used to have golden locks.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
but now he's all gray.
It happens.
Sucks.
Well,
We're all gonna get old, Carlos.
Yeah, I know. I've got a couple gray hairs, and Caitlin likes to remind me that I'm getting old.
Yeah.
But
We're
I'm
all
only
getting
I'm
old.
only what 44.
There's a
Yeah.
thing at HEB called Just for Men.
Oh no, thanks.
It hides.
See, the thing
Pretty
is, like, I
good.
think
Price pretty good.
my genes are pretty good. Like my dad still has black hair, so
I'm past the point of rescue.
yeah.
I might be able to use Just for Men in my beard. Of course, that'd be red because my beard used to be red.
Red?
Red.
What?
Yeah. So Mitchell, what's been going on, bud?
Man, for some reason, my neck swelled up today.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was maybe the cold front or that time of year, but something about today was like, it's getting right.
It's getting ready. Huh?
Today was
Yeah.
the day. It's getting right. Driving over Oso, seeing that water dumped out. It's like, yep.
Yep, water dumped out already, and
Mm-hmm.
cold weather's coming.
Okay, so I've heard of the dump. We
The
actually have that here.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Well, depends where you fish, but there's a lot of bay systems that, it does dump just because that north wind blows through,
Mm-hmm.
dumps that water out. And
Yeah.
Wow.
I know,
Yeah.
like up north, they got massive dumps.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it's like-
like Galveston, I think I saw a picture in Galveston Bay. I mean, absolute massive dump from like 3 foot out.
Yeah.
Complete dump.
Yeah, it's because I listened to another podcast, and they're from Matagorda to Galveston, and they were talking about the dump, and I was like, "What is that?" And they got one guide there that is from down here, and he says that it doesn't happen here. Obviously, it does. So what does that do to? Well, first off, you're a captain. How long you been fishing?
Knee high to a grasshopper. Honestly, yeah, since I was a little kid.
So who was your influence?
Probably my dad and my grandpa.
Did you start? See, like me, I started freshwater. How did you start?
Saltwater,
Saltwater?
Porter Connor. Yep.
Nice.
Probably diapers. I mean, guaranteed in diapers.
Oh wow.
Yep.
So, lures or bait?
When,
Oh, okay.
both.
So both.
yeah, when I when I first started fishing like in saltwater, back in the day, everybody's throwing little hoagie shrimp tails, but as I started remembering fishing, probably in my early teens, 10, 12 years old, in Porter Connor, go and get buckets of croaker and
Yeah.
go to Bill's Day Reef and just hammer them.
Mm-hmm.
Back when it was 15 a person, I mean, we're carrying long stringers, and my dad's like, they're right there. Me and my brother back and forth, just one after another.
That's awesome.
But
back in the days where
back in the day, just
The good way to
dragging
go.
stringers
Yeah.
across the reef.
okay, so we're talking back in the days. How old are you?
38,
What?
38 years young.
Dang.
Dang.
So you're talking back in the day. So diapers. So what? 35, 30.
Or back in the days, a different time.
Yeah. Well, see, like
90s,
Yeah.
the 90s.
Mine's the 80s. But so what? Why did you? So you're a captain.
Yeah.
How long have you been licensed?
6 years.
6 years.
This is my 6th year.
What motivated you?
That's a hard question. Honestly, when I moved down here, I had a weird time in my life. So I fish, give you like a little rundown. I fish, early on young, we have a cabin in Port O'Connor, so we went out there for a week, week at a time, multiple times throughout the year. We had a freshwater pond back at our house, so back in Cuero, grew up and lived. Me and my brother caught fish, whether it's in Cuero or Port O'Connor. We caught fish. That's all we did, fished.
Mm-hmm.
So I fished pretty hard up till midway through high school, and kind of just not really fish much anymore. I went off chasing money in the oil field, and as I kind of slowly settled back down, moved back to Victoria, I started fishing a little bit more, and then I don't know what triggered me. It was like 100 all out, 100% all out. I was fishing. So I woke up and thought about going fishing.
Caught the bug.
Yeah, had a my first boat was a Tower Mike 18-foot redfish line with the Evan Rude 89 special on it. No jack plate. No jack plate. Boy, I mean, I took it to Coletto, I took it to Port O'Connor, and from then there was no stopping. I just went all out. I moved down here, man, 12 years ago, and I started fishing Corpus a lot, and just started taking more and more people fishing, friends and brothers' friends, and it just came like everybody likes to fish, and just like I can be good at taking people fishing.
Right.
And so made a pretty good success on taking people fishing. And then I started doing the little taking ladies fishing, and then that just started going a different direction. And now I'm kind of in just toward picking and choosing, not picking and choosing, but with my full-time work schedule, I kind of have my set schedule throughout the summer, taking clients fishing and kind of routine basis.
So you said might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, might as well.
Awesome. So you're wearing your essentially your jersey.
Yeah.
So
Got to represent.
yeah, it looks
That's
like
right.
it looks like you're a stick.
Yeah.
So when did you start getting sponsored?
Honestly, probably a good estimate, probably 2-3 years ago when
Okay.
I was fully committed.
So how many tournaments have you fished?
Ooh, a lot.
What
He's
was
fished a lot.
yeah, I know because you were telling me he fished
Yeah.
Laguna
Fished a lot of our
tournaments.
tournaments.
Yeah.
over the
What
years.
was your first tournament?
Ooh, man, what would that be?
Babes on Babin? No, I'm kidding.
Put on
Man,
a
I
wig.
can't even remember. But
Oh,
the
wow.
very first one I did,
So what's your most memorable tournament?
I knew this was going to happen, and I have no good answer because there's a lot of memorable ones. I mean, a lot of good, a lot of bad, from spearing waves from barges and 39-degree water temperatures to raising trophies. The last big one I fished was Saltwater Legends. We got second in that one. I mean, you're talking the best of the best
Mhm.
fishing there. I mean, these guys are 100% day in and day out. They live, breathe, catching big trout, and that's the main goal to try to win that one. I mean, that's like the Bassmaster Classic of it
Right.
all. And we had a pretty good day one. We were, I think, top 5 going into day 2. Went right back, started again, and we caught 2 or 3 good fish that would put us in top 3. And I got to get a shout out to Mark Robinson on this. He was I think he was tied first and second for Angler of the Year. And I think he needed a couple more pounds. I think you're at that 6-pounder already. So he's like, we got to catch one more. Let's catch one more. So we made about a 30-minute drive back in the back. If anybody knows the back, went to the back and sit on the OG hole, hump, only throwing top waters. It's probably at noon, 12:30, sun straight up, and throwing top waters. And I hear him hollering and look over, and he just saying, "Big, big." So I ain't caught a bite, nothing. We were there 30 minutes, walked around the corner, he holds it up, and I'm already seeing him video it, and he said, "Oh, big." And once I got behind the camera and I saw it, I mean, he had an 8.25, 8.5.
Nice.
Wow.
He said, "Oh, big." He let it go, and then I think when we left the back from Rivera all the way to Penascal, they could probably hear that radio coming back because we knew we had it. It was
You were celebrating already.
we were waiting for the polygraph so we can drink beer already back there.
Yeah.
It was coming, but there's been a lot of memories. I mean, from the smallest tournaments to the big ones. I mean, there's every time you go out, it's pretty much a memory. That's
That's what you're doing,
Yeah.
making memories.
every
Yeah.
single one. There's so many of them. I mean, last minute fish. I mean, I think one of the ones my wife won, Legends and Lace, the corporate stop. I think 2 years ago, they had all their good trout, and we couldn't catch redfish ever life. I mean, hit everywhere known to man. And one of the last stops, up here close by duck blind, I said, "There's got to be a redfish over here," and I didn't think it'd take 5 minutes, and she hung an 8-pounder, and I was jumping up and down on that boat. I'm like, I'm more happy than they are,
Yeah.
and I'm watching them. But I mean, there's a ton of memories.
Melinda says this mama is proud.
Probably. Yeah,
So, redfish or trout?
trout.
Trout. Now, I mean, obviously, from the pictures that I've
You didn't
that-
ask him about black drum.
Right. Well, I mean, sure, but
It'll get you a scar.
Yeah, we were talking on the show prep. We were talking. So, you've been hooked a couple times.
Yeah, I have. I was just telling about when my brother hooked me in my shoulder. Had to get cut out, but yeah, I have. Handful of times I was like, as long as I get through corky season with that hook in my finger, I'll be doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I've only been fishing. I mean, I've been fishing since I was little. And saltwater fishing probably for well, a little over 2 years. And I've never been hooked. So
Your time's coming.
yeah,
Mhm.
my time's
It's
coming.
coming.
Your time's coming.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about your expertise. Well, first off, when's the last time you went fishing?
A couple days before my surgery.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah,
had
you had
surgery.
surgery.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
took-
yeah.
Me and my wife went fishing. It was an okay day,
Mm-hmm.
but it was all about just me and her went out, and
When's the last time you took out a client?
the day after I ripped my shoulder, 2 days before that. So I ripped my shoulder on a Thursday, and I ran a trip for the King Ranch, and so you can imagine how that felt.
Oh, dude.
No, it's sorry, 2 days. I ripped it on Thursday. I took them on a Saturday.
Jeez.
So how long are you out from fishing? How long is it? What kind of recovery time they give you?
Said around 6 weeks.
Around 6 weeks.
Yeah. So theoretically, I'm another 2 weeks, 4
Another 2
weeks.
weeks.
4 weeks should be.
Yeah.
I'll start exercising in the front yard. See what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we had a cold front come in. And I mean, I've talking with Todd, you know, he has his theories and everything. Tell us what is your style of fishing pre and post cold front?
I like them both. Pre-front, it's usually good, a couple hours before it hits, or when it gets real dead calm, and then as it's blowing through, you got an hour or so, hour, 2 hours, just depending on what the moon phase is and the bite and stuff, and where you're at. If there's fish there that are wanting to eat, that's usually a good time period. But you got that stall period the day after the front where you just got, I mean, sky high blue skies, cobwebs all over that's hate those days. But
High barometric
yeah,
pressure.
super high. They're just laying on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then usually a day or two, usually a solid day, 24 to 48 hours after it passes, when that pressure starts moving around, it starts doing this. I mean, it's going to swing during the day a little bit, but once you start getting them bigger swings in the pressure, that's when you start looking at those time zones, like, and key in on them, like, all right, they're got to be feeding, and you line that up with your sunrise, your moon phases, and try to correlate when's the best times to fish. But I've had better success really post front.
Okay.
Yeah, when they have an 8 in a day or so, especially in the wintertime, and they're ready just to
Now,
start.
do you know why they
munching.
haven't eaten in a day or so?
Barometric pressure.
They go on the bottom and the deep.
Yeah.
So
They get lethargic.
correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I heard through, I think it was Heart Institute, that barometric pressure puts pressure on their stomach lining or their
Mhm.
stomach. So there's land there and they don't want to put nothing in their stomach because of the pressure. So they just don't want to eat. It's not,
Barometric
Yeah.
pressure affects fish way more than it does
Yeah.
humans, but it affects it affects us all. But it affects fish greatly.
when you got that big swing and like pressure let off them, it's like munch time,
Mm.
So let's talk corkies.
Yeah, let's talk
Let's
corkies.
talk corkies.
munch time.
Get closer.
Said let's talk corkies.
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I've never fished with corkies. So what would you tell? So one of the things here, just a story real quick. The reason we started this podcast and the reason that I'm on is we want this podcast to more for informational purposes for your average weekend angler like me. We bring in experienced people, and of course the experience is taught on my end. And we want to, I guess, inform and just give information to the weekend angler. I've never fished with a corky, ever. What is the big deal with corkies?
I can go.
You're on.
Man, it's like crack in the wintertime. I mean, when the bait moves out, starting around this time
Mhm.
at the fall dump, fall equinox, the bait starts pushing out in the Gulf. Only things left is usually mullet and very few pinfish. All the shrimp starts piling out. Everything they all start piling out. So only thing left is usually bigger bait fish. All your small fish, they're gone. They're out the Gulf. So the deal with a corky is, I mean, it's just a bigger profile bait that you can work it in totally different, I mean, all different type of cadences and flashes,
Water depths.
water depth. You can some sink real fast, some stay, subsurface an inch or two underneath on top of the surface. And it's something you can throw for a long distance and cover a lot of water, working a bigger profile bait, which nowadays they have hundreds of different, colors and variations on how they sink and what they look like. But I think it's just the bigger profile bait. I mean, there's different companies out there making different kind of suspending baits like that, and they're working equally effective. So it's just, it's a bigger bait in wintertime, and that's what they want. The bigger the better.
There's been a lot of spin-offs on corkies.
So, what was it? Two episodes ago, we started talking about colors. What's your opinion on colors?
Some
Do
people
they
hate
matter?
Some people will probably hate me for this. Yes and no. I mean, it's very me. Honestly, I'll probably throw a variation of probably three colors. I'll throw like a shade of white, from straight white to a shade of white, and I go to a straight neutral color, which is like a greenish color, and then to a dark color, which is like a plum or a blackish mullet imitation color. So I have shades off those, but I have, a white, a green, and a black. And I'll transform those, the shades around just to go off of different, pretty much water conditions, really.
Mhm.
I mean, if it's straight clear, I'm not going to throw a plum, but you'd be surprised how many fish you can catch in clear water with a plum.
Yeah.
Yep. So, what causes you to? So, do you initially start with one color? Do you look at the conditions, and then you make a decision on color?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
And I mean, the biggest thing is whatever you're comfortable. Because if you're comfortable with a purple one, you can catch them in clear water with purple one, as long as you're comfortable. And when you throw that bait, you know exactly, I'm gonna catch one. This is how I know how to work it. I've caught it before. Once you get that mindset, in your head of, I'm working a lure and you know how to work it real good and catching fish, I mean, then you can start doing spin-offs and like how many more can I catch? Or I'm going straight for redfish, so I'm gonna throw a dark color with a chartreuse tail this time. And it's all really it's all comfort and how comfortable. I mean, how comfortable are you throwing it? Really?
I told Carlos, I feel like, I have a few colors I use. I bounce back and forth between the same colors, just like you do.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's more the lure. It's
True.
it is how comfortable you are with that lure, how many times you've used that lure, how good you've got at using that particular bait.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people are throw nothing but rat tails. Some people throw 3-inch paddle tails. Some people throw corky. Some people throw top waters. But whatever they throw the most and they get the most comfortable with, and they've caught the most fish with, it seems to be that's what they.
Exactly.
Which makes sense. You have more experience with the lure.
People, I mean, I'll raise my hand. My biggest downfall is a top water. I hate a top water. It gets so throw it forever and ever and ever. Took my brother to Alizon last year and we were back at the barge and I was like, I'm gonna get him on a floater. Watch this. I'm about to put on a clinic. Nope. Nope. He was throwing a top water. Another one. I was like, God damn, I threw a top water 5 minutes. Oh, my wrist hurts. Throw back a corky. Boom, another one. It's just as long as you're comfortable with it and you're good at it,
Yeah.
you're perfecting your craft, throwing it over and over and over. I mean, you're good. But when
So it's again all about confidence
Definitely.
in the lure.
Mm-hmm. It's all about your confidence working the lure.
So is a corky ready to go right out of the package? Can I take it out of the package and just go fish with it immediately?
You can.
Yeah.
Because you've talked about you tweak them, you bend them, you. Why?
Different action.
Yeah.
Sometimes just a little adjustment, changing the action, will create strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when they're a package, they're straight. I mean, they're flat as a piece of paper.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. When you work it, usually when they're out of package, they want to dart out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So like the way I do it, I bend mine all the same. I put the nose down just a hair and the tail down just a hair. I don't bend them. I've seen people, look like a U. They want to dive and stuff. I just a hair on both sides and straight as an arrow, just so that nose just goes down when I'm working it, so it don't jump out the water.
That's the same thing I do.
Okay.
Take it out of the package and.
Yep. Just a hair. Just a hair. They'd come out of the package like that, I wouldn't touch them.
I wouldn't buy them.
Nope.
So if I gave you a box and it had top water, corky, or your favorite soft plastic, what are you throwing
Depends what time of year it is.
Yeah.
today?
I'd probably throw soft plastic.
Why?
Just because I think it's really about a month shy of. I mean, I can catch. Don't get me wrong. I take a corky right now and I catch a fish, but to catch a whole bunch of them, probably throw a straight tail right now. Just to give it real fast reaction, and just keep walking, throwing. I mean, with the corky, you got to take your time. That's another thing. You just can't go out there and with the straight tail and just bang a shoreline. Walk a mile quick. Corky, you can't do that. It's more methodical. Take your time, pick it apart. Potholes and stuff. You can walk through it fast, but kind of defeating the purpose of getting that bait in the strike zone.
During corky season, that soft plastic is more of a hunt bait.
Yep.
Once you find them, then you flip over.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, from the pictures I've seen, you wade.
Yep.
Okay. So,
well, you wade, you fish out of the boat, you drift fish.
What's your preferred method?
Wading.
Wading?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, some people probably get mad because they say, a boat can get in there stealthy and stuff. But when you're in a boat, the way you're drifting and wherever you're going, you're only going in that path. Like you're going the way the wind's pushing you. That's the only way you're going unless you're getting the trolling motor. But when you're wading, I can sit there, eye level with the water and watch for any imperfection, whether it's a mullet flicker or a swirl or just something that catches my eye. Like, yeah, I'm gonna walk 30 yards and cast in one 5 foot sand pocket because I seen two bait jump out of there. Like
Mhm.
something's in there. So I can walk over there and do it. I can change depths. I'm walking knee deep and I know there's a ledge, 20 feet to my left, and I see bait. I can transfer to the ledge and work the ledge. You just have more opportunity to catch more fish because you're in control where you're walking. You're moving around. I think it's just better
Mhm.
that you just have your control of wherever you want to go. You're not just controlled to the way the boat's drifting and pushing you.
What do you look for when you make a decision to get off the boat?
Like the first stop, usually the night before, I look at the weather. I think a lot of people use Wind Finder app, so I'm looking at which way the wind's been pumping, how strong the wind is. Like this, we're talking majority winter time. This is my bread and butter.
I mean,
From
yeah, because we're coming
yeah,
into winter, so
yeah, that's my bread and butter. Fishing from now all the way till April, looking through certain areas. Well, south shoreline's probably getting beat pretty bad with a north wind blowing, so I'm gonna move the opposite direction, and then find different areas like this little bar is gonna be holding fish. It's got a trough through it, so I'm already got areas kind of pinpointed where I'm gonna stop and look. But usually going down King Ranch, my eyes are watching the whole time. How does the ranch look? Because back at the old timer saying how there was herds and black rafts of monster trout. Um, they were there this winter, and lots of them.
Yeah.
So your eyes are peeled, just watching. Um, and if I just see just bait just darting, not just flopping, but I mean straight darting out of the water, I'm gonna stop and at least look at it. Like some of the areas are kind of deep, so I got to find out, make sure it's okay. It is shallow enough, does look good. Wind's blowing up on the shoreline just right or down it, so I'm gonna fish it.
Mhm.
So half the time in my mind where I'm going, unless it's a tournament, half the time I'm made up and say I'm going to the Badlands or I'm going to Cathead or something. I might stop 5 times before I even get there just because, oop, I saw that.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
We've had this
yeah, we
conversation
did.
That's
a bunch of times.
turn
And
around.
told them a lot of people will say the last time I went fishing 3 weeks ago, I was at Cathead and I caught a bunch of fish. So I'm going to Cathead this morning.
Yeah.
And they'll just go straight there, not paying any attention to any signs, passing good fish.
Yep.
To go to Cathead, they caught fish there 3 weeks ago. Fish swim.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You know,
they do.
you get you see the right elements, you stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's times I left out of, I launched out of 37 and I went through the backyard, like through sulfur, and it's like, oh, I got to stop. I mean, it's probably redfish, but let me pop one of them real quick.
I'm gonna see what it is.
Yeah.
So like you said, you prefer trout,
Mhm.
and we're getting into gator trout season, right? What number one? How many trout over 30 inches have you caught?
The last time I checked, I was probably around the 15, 16 mark.
Wow.
Yep.
What's your
And that-
biggest trout?
32 inches, 10.20
It's
pounds.
a nice trout.
That's a really nice trout. Why do you chase big trout?
That one got me hooked. That was the first trout I caught that I measured over 30 inches, and it was over the glorious 10-pound mark. And then the story on that one is I fished by myself. I was by myself when I caught it, and I lost a fish, 2 fish prior to that. It was bigger than the 10-pounder.
Wow.
I lost it at the net, and then I caught that one. I was like, oh man, this is kind of mad, kind of mad. But yeah, after that one, I was already hung up before that, but that one there, put my hands on it. It was over for chasing, just box fish. Deal was strictly, I'm catching the biggest big sow in this whole flat. I find where she's at, and
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
once you put one in the hands and you feel that thump and really thrashing underwater, is like, yeah. The little pencils, I'm done with those. I'm done with the pickles.
Pickles. I've never heard that. So, when you're looking for a big trout, what are you specifically looking for? I mean, because for example, me, I'll go wade by myself, or I'll take my son with me, and I just, I really don't know what to look for when I'm looking for a big trout. What signs do you look for?
Well, the thing is, like, you got to really know where you're fishing at. You can, go up and down the coast and look on a map and think, yeah, this is probably, an area where a big trout is. You got a bigger flat adjacent to a little drop off where they got cover, because I'm the first one to say, man, I don't, and I'll say it, but I swear a big trout is like a redfish friend. If there's redfish nearby, guarantee you there's going to be at least one big one with those redfish, and it's always like that. Especially when you catch a whole bunch of little rat reds and stuff. Yeah, there's a big one by. So like in the wintertime, think of it like high school kids. You got a whole bunch of junior high kids, and you got some um, junior high kids and high school kids. They don't like to be together. They like to be separate. So when you get, I always say around that 4 or 5 pound mark, if you're catching a whole bunch of 4 and 5 pounders, the chance of you catching an 8 pounder is pretty slim, because those big ones are not going to be with a whole bunch of 4 and 5 pounders. They might, 30 yards away, but those big ones will be by themselves. That's just how they are. They're solos. They ride. Sometimes you can see them like a Mansfield. I saw them, 15 of them together. 30 to 35 inches in Mansfield, and they're all by themselves in ankle deep water. But they're so far off by themselves. They're looking for little trout, big bait, and they're just so far off they don't get messed with. And that's how they get that big. They're so far up in shallow water, nothing messes with them. No dolphins going to get them. No sharks. People who don't think about fishing, let me walk up here in the grass in ankle deep water and try to cast up here. That's probably where they're at. That's why it's hard to catch them, because they're in areas where you wouldn't think about trying to catch them.
They're definitely stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look for?
Same thing.
I mean, because when I imagine a big sow, I'm thinking, hip deep water. So what, 2.5, 3 foot?
You can definitely catch them in that. You can catch them in, waist deep water, transition periods. I like to get them up there. Sometimes they're up there first thing in the morning, depending on the moon. If the moon's high, got a lot of moon that night, try to get them right off the bat, really shallow. But sometimes if there's no moon, they're out a little deeper in waist deep water, waiting for that sun to come up. Once that sun comes up, they're going to be sliding up. So if you get up there too soon and you're trampling through the water, you might keep them down there. They're going to move off. So I'll always try to start a little deeper, just to check the first transition, see if there's some there. If there's none there. And also the bait will tell you where they're at. I mean, there might be some on the transition period, flat, jump right to a flat, and they're all up there already.
And they seem pretty habitual too in the areas that they do hang out.
Yeah, definitely.
They seem pretty habitual. So once you learn an area, you can kind of figure out, after a while you figure out where they're generally at.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you recently caught like a 28-inch. We were in ankle deep water. We confused it for a black drum. They're redfish, yeah. I mean, it's elusive. Like my personal best is I think 26-inch, and I was drifting when I caught it. I haven't really progressed. I'll wade. I'll get down and wade, and I mean I'll catch some reds. I'll catch my limited reds, my limited trout, but they're all pickles.
So I got a question for you. One of the things that we're doing on this podcast is getting the weekend anglers who've never really fished any of the tournaments to start fishing some tournaments. So let's say you've never fished a tournament before. You're a weekend angler at one point in time, right? What would you tell a guy that's never fished a tournament? What kind of tournament would you tell him to first start out fishing?
Well, definitely find a tournament that you're comfortable with. I mean, because I wouldn't say there's middle tiers. There's all different type of tournaments. Just find a group of guys that you have fun with, and you all get along. That's the biggest thing in tournaments nowadays is getting along with your other teammates.
Oh, yeah.
Find one in the summertime. I mean, there's ton of them in the summertime. Go out there, have fun, have a couple of cold beers, get to feel with everybody, because that's the biggest thing with tournaments is relying on your teammates as well. Redfish tournaments are a little different. You got a lot of solos and stuff, so you're by themselves. But trout tournaments are usually the 2 to 4 man. 2 to 4 man tournaments, 2, 3, and 4 man tournaments. Find a group of guys you're comfortable with. You know how they fish, because a lot of people fish differently, and you got to adapt to them, and they have to know how you fish. And when you get out in the water, you really don't got to tell them, like, hey, Todd, go on that side. I know he's going there. I'm gonna go here, and everybody just jives right off the bat. Start with the smaller summer tournaments, and then start working your way up. Hey, I got it. I'm comfortable. And then if Todd would have tournaments again, definitely tell him to get in that one, because I fished a lot of them.
Not happening.
Yeah. But
I'm done with it.
Other than that, yeah, there's not a whole bunch of big winter ones.
Didn't he fish the Troutapalooza?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Okay,
fished.
yeah.
He fished a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
So
So
I'm
let's
sure
talk
the
about your sponsors.
Yeah.
Who are all your sponsors?
biggest one is Mamba Boats, Jim and Jared Poole. Been with them since day one down here. Back when I got the first show of water, and then I've had 2 Mambas since. Definitely night and day difference dealing with different competitors, but they're my number ones right now. They back me, they back my wife, because she fishes too now, and she's kind of got her own deal going on, so proud of her with that. But yeah, definitely number one is Jim and Jared Poole. Ton of different other people. Michael Bossy, he's supported me since day one. Guys at Bahio, Jimmy Burns at Waterloo. Who else? Marty Strakus at Coastline Trailers.
Down South Lures.
Yep. Michael Bossy.
Yeah, he said Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Billy Gerke at Forever Last. I mean, a lot.
Powerful.
Yeah, definitely Power Pole. Casey Carpenter. I don't think he's there anymore, but anyway, I've had a lot of good support, and a lot of people have trusted and put their faith in me, and I show it. I'm respectful, and
So you run a Mamba, obviously.
yes, sir.
What do you like about him?
I have the new Mamba 24 Elite Cat. So it's a full sponson cat, triple stepped hole, got a Mercury Racing 400 on it. That sucker is a absolute dream. But first of all, it gets you from point A to point B super fast.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, people's got their eye on that black boat now, because
Yeah.
how fast it is. People didn't know it's that fast, but it's sucker boogies. It drafts where I need to go if I'm gonna stop in shin deep water and get out. My V hole is a little trickier than that.
Mhm.
It was more weight sensitive. This one here, I can put 3 guys on it, and I can get halfway to wadeable water. This one here, I can go right up into wading water, shut down, super quiet. And I can get up. If I want to go to 9 Mile in the wintertime when it's blowing out the north and I got to idle to the middle to jump up, I don't got to worry about that more. This might cost me a little bit of cup in the prop, but I'm getting out. But yeah, it's
Well, we got to have a commercial break. You ready? There we are.
Thank you, Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miller Brewing Company. But yeah, it's been I've had it a little over a month and a half now, but I'm ready to put it through all these winter tournaments and put it to the test. Should be good. It's been real good in rough water so far.
How often do you get a new boat?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half.
Yeah, and a half.
What do you do with the boat that your old boat?
Either I sell it or Waypoint sells it. So
Okay.
yeah, the last two have been at Waypoint for sale, and they've helped start do the selling process and stuff. So it's easier to go straight through them. You can get financing, and they got in-house financing there, and it's pretty much makes it easy for somebody
Mhm.
wanting to buy a boat instead of just going through the bank system. It's a one-stop shop. You can do it all right there.
So now that you have a really nice boat, you were talking about what caused you to move up from the RFL?
RFL.
Mm-hmm.
That was your first boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
RFL. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. I
We
got
like
slung.
rabbit hole.
I got slung off my boat.
Wow.
So I was by myself in Porter Connor. Went to go pick up my little sister at the boat ramp. I was coming. We have a cabin in Porter Connor. So I left the cabin. I was coming through, and somebody kind of cut me off. Well, I was turning. This RFL slide.
Yeah, they say.
When you turn, you're committed. You're sliding. Somebody cut me off and jumped right in front of me, and the boat kind of rolled a little bit and grabbed.
Oh.
Didn't have a kill switch on. This is before the kill switch rule, and threw me off the boat. So I landed in the water, had to swim to the nearest island, and then watched my boat out in Matagorda Bay
doing
doing
circles.
donuts for 20 minutes, and then for the sake of God, the boat straightened out and then landed probably 30 feet from where I got dumped off, and it was probably 2 miles away.
Oh wow.
And it came all the way
Wow.
back to me and landed up on the shoreline. So I got to run back, get in the boat, kill it, and turn the boat around on the sand. It took a little bit to get the boat turned around, and I went back to pick my sister up. But from then on, I'm like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. I'm in these little RFLs anymore.
Hmm. And we're a kill switch.
And a kill switch.
A kill switch.
Well, that boat, it was actually an 89 year model. So then they didn't even have those kill switch weren't even mandatory then. So
So it didn't have
it
one?
didn't even have it at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I joined the I was in the a lot of people know I was in the Coast Guard. So like even though we were in cabin, the Coast Guard boat everybody remembers, at least down here, is the 25 RBS, the one with the
Mhm.
the orange one.
Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though we were inside that cabin, we had to put on our kill switch. Like, better not turn that boat on without the kill switch. So I always had the practice of wearing I feel weird if I don't wear my kill switch.
Yeah.
Boy, I wear mine every time I go.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm horrible about it.
I do. I mean, I got the new ones, they have the kill switch right beside the binnacle, and I have the little lanyard. So
Yeah.
I hang it on my binnacle. So as soon as I go there, I just slide it on my wrist, and it's
I do the same thing. I just forget to put it
forget
on.
to put it on. Yeah.
So what was your second boat?
Second boat was a shoal water.
How many shoal waters did you own?
3. One is my dad's that pretty much said it was mine for a long time, or because I used it all.
Mhm.
And then I've had 2 more. I had 2 more shoal waters after that. I had a mid tower, and then another shoal water, and then my first Mamba.
So I got a question. Who's the better fisherman, you or your wife?
I taught her everything she knows. This
I
last
gotta try and get you in a little bit of
well,
trouble.
I know. This last year they caught a whole bunch of big ones. Yeah, they got a pretty salty group of girls. They got
Who fishes on her team?
my wife Kimberly, Desiree Warnack, and then a lady out of Rockport, Ajali Hall.
Gotcha.
So, and crazy how all things got together. I used to work with Ajali's husband, Carrie. And then we became pretty good friends working together. And we started going fishing the weekends in Copano. My wife would come over, go over too, and they start talking. And next thing you know, here we are 10 years later, and they're BFFs, fishing tournaments together now.
There you go.
But yeah,
So, do you have a group of guys that you fish with all the time, or is it just sporadic?
it's a hard one there. I fish with a couple different guys throughout the years. It's all just pretty much depending on feel. That's the biggest thing, just knowing, feeling everybody out, and then once you get into a groove, yeah, you're dead set. It's just when you get in a groove of catching big trout, you got to have the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about
You want somebody who's going to go grind it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to be dedicated, not somebody at 11 o'clock tells you they got to be back at 12.
Heard about that story. Heard about that story. Yeah, now I'm with a group of guys, and now all of them are 100% guaranteed. Like, let them out of the boat, and somebody's gonna hang one.
So, who do you fish with the most?
I fished a lot with my brother.
Yeah.
Yep. My brother and a guy called Bear Dog. That's my wife's cousin, but it's like her brother. I first moved down here. That's I think we fished a couple years of the Legends together. I mean, every chance we get,
Right.
we're all three gonna tear up a shoreline together.
Are you going to fish the artificial showdown?
Depending on work.
Depending on work?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah.
But it's just depending on.
I like that tournament.
Yeah, it's one of the only ones that's left. Really, that's a 1 day.
Billy does a good job with it.
Yeah, you can leave whenever you want.
Fish wherever you want.
Yep. Last 2 years I slept in the boat. I want to do that again this year. Sleeping in the boat in my waders and start stinking. Anybody knows, over 12 hours in waders, you start getting the stink going on.
You might be a little rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more sleeping in the boat.
So I've fished maybe twice in waders. Yeah. I really have to invest in one of those, the front zips.
Yeah. G4
Yep.
with a zipper.
Dude.
Or you're close to a shoreline or a tall rock.
Yeah.
Where you can actually take care of business.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I had 2 close calls, and I was like, okay, that's it. Like I have to get good waders.
Yeah, wader season for me, it's like my wife, her time of year is putting up Christmas decorations, which is about to happen right now. But mine is getting the waders out and getting to put them on for the first time. That's what I look forward to. Oh yeah,
My favorite
about
time
that
to
time.
fish.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, winter I still stay on the boat and I'll drift because that water's cold, dude.
Yeah. I'll tell you, wade fishing in the wintertime, gear is very important. People don't realize that, but
Yep.
you buy a cheap pair of waders and you go out wade fishing and you're in the water and they start leaking and the water's cold, it makes for a miserable day.
Yeah, you're doomed.
Yeah, you're done. So good gear is very important when it comes to wading in the winter.
Definitely. Throughout the years, I started with a $200-300 set of Sims bottom of the line waders, and they did good and got me by. I mean, they definitely got me by. But as you're in the water more and like you depend on your equipment, pretty hard. I mean, like, hey, I'm going to be walking through rocks, and I need to stay really dry and really warm because I'm in the water 14 hours today, so I got to really depend on the stuff. You start investing in the really good gear. I mean, I use nothing but Sims. And it's just been, and there's a couple new wader companies out. One out of Port O'Connor. One of my team members is a part of Southerly, and it looks like a pretty
Southerly?
good.
Is
Yeah,
that the name?
Southerly. Yeah.
Your
I
grandma's
haven't seen them
watching.
yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Granny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those yet. I've been wearing Sims forever, so
Yeah. He wore them all last year during Legends, and really liked them a lot. But definitely the gear is 100%. I mean, you get what you put into it 100%.
Yeah.
It really
Captain
is.
Stacy Horak. I see so many people on Facebook waiting in Texas. Oh yeah, That's the
From
guy
Florida,
from
right?
Florida.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
she's from
We're
Florida.
gonna have her. We're gonna have her on the show, on the podcast, probably here in the next few weeks. Yeah, yeah. So, um, what other gear do you suggest for your weekend angler?
You can't go wrong with a good rod and reel. And there's many variations on it, and there's a million different actions. What I don't recommend is just going strictly something off the shelf and like, oh, it's got a name on it, I'm gonna grab it. Really look what type of action it is and then what you're gonna be fishing with. So if you're a bait guy, probably wouldn't recommend going buying a Waterloo carbon mag to throw a throw a croaker or nothing. I mean, it could work, but look at all the different type of rods. They all have their purpose for what you're going to be using, and get a good reel. I mean, a good reel, you don't want to go out there and bearing corrode up on 2 times.
Make sure you buy the right gear ratio for what you're doing if you're using a bait caster.
Very good topic.
Okay, so I want to fish with Corkies this winter. What's my setup?
I throw a 6.6 carbon mag, and I throw a Baits reel. But the way I fish Corkies is a lot different than the way that other people fish Corkies. And I like a fast, super fast retrieve. Some people like a lower gear ratio, but they're thinking about how they're fishing. But when you start fishing for big fish, a lot of people know that you catch a big fish. When you get thumped, when it rocks your rod, half the time she's running right to you at 100 miles an hour. So the last thing I want is a slow gear ratio and then trying to reel 1,000,000 miles an hour and not catching that slack up. So I really want to reel as fast as I can to get all that slack up.
7.3 and up.
I use mostly 8s. Yeah.
She runs straight to you, sticks her head out of the water, and tries to spit that lure.
I had that happen to me once. I was topwater fishing, and it came out. That mouth was that big, and it shook, and there went my topwater.
See you later.
Yeah.
It was almost like a wave goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out of
So it
here.
usually happens like, oh, heartbreak.
Yeah. So, what do you throw?
Well, that's kind of to be determined. So Kevin Rods with Mermaid is not making rods anymore. So I'm probably going to switch to Waterloo. Most
Action.
likely. And I use Shimano's.
Yeah, this is the second year. Yeah, the second winter. It'll become the second winter I've used baits, but up until then, I still love Shimano's.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
they're hard to beat.
They're hard to beat.
I got sponsored by Daiwa for a while and used the Daiwa reels. And I mean, they weren't bad reels. I thought they were a little bulky, a little heavy,
Mhm.
But they were free.
Can't beat that.
No, I mean, it's hard to beat the price, right?
Yeah.
So, I actually did away with that. That's another thing we'll talk about a little bit is sponsors. So, a lot of people have sponsors, and I think it depends on the quality of sponsor, whether you really even want to romance it.
Yeah.
A lot of sponsors are just discounts, and then you have the reps call you and they want you to do favors for them, take them fishing, take them to the cabin for the weekend. And at some point, it gets to be you're spending more money on them than they are you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So choose sponsors wisely if you have somebody entertain you.
Yeah, it's always went through the philosophy of like, think of somebody like as your family. Hey, could I really, support what they're doing and they're
Right.
supporting me? So I always think of it like, if I want to go down this relationship,
Yeah.
I don't want to burn you out. You don't want to burn me out. Could I see this happening? I think in the future, like it's usually a dead set. If I'm on something, I'm probably not going to leave it.
Yep.
So I don't have a real sponsor
Yeah.
because tides change. I'm like, oh, I like this one. I like that one. I mean, I like what fits my hand the best and how I like it. And
So right now you're using baits.
Yeah.
I thought about buying one. God, they're pricey though. What do you like about it?
I don't. Well, I've the past couple reels I've used Shimano Metanium. It's a mag. It's not really not titanium. It's a different alloy, but it's made for freshwater. Super light. I mean, you can cast that joker a mile. Super smooth.
Isn't it a
Um,
combination of like titanium and something else? I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
something.
but
It's something. It's I think they call it manganese, but it's not. It's a different type of weird metal, but it corrodes real bad in salt water. So I was spending my time after every fishing trip pulling it apart. Man, I had all different type of backup parts and swap this frame for the frame, use this bearing for that. I mean, swapping it all and just got to the point where like I'm spending more money on this reel trying to upkeep. And then if you go to a little bit cheaper reel, you know, like a Corrado or something a little smaller, I mean, they were fine. It's just you weren't going to get the smoothness and the castability out of them. And so when the baits came along, you know, they offered it was a their reel frames are made out of a solid block of aluminum,
Yeah,
all
they're
CNC milled.
Yep.
So there's no flex in them. Aluminum's not going to corrode. A solid
Mhm.
billet of aluminum's not going to corrode. And they're made in the U or made in Texas. Had me on board. And then when they started coming out with the way their bearings sit on the reel, kind of a floating bearing style like the Metanium. So I was like, I got to try it. So I tried one of them. I loved it. And then they came out with the Salty Hundo. They came with ceramic bearings.
Mm.
Because see, I was already buying ceramic bearings and
And
putting
put
them
in
in,
it.
putting them in my Metanium. I'm like super tuning my Metanium. So I'm like, yeah, this is
It's got
right up
everything
my
you want.
alley.
What's the price point on 'em?
They're like 450,
Yeah,
475.
If they
450.
last?
I mean, yeah. Oh,
It's no, I mean, it was about the same price with Metanium.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, we have to plug um, small businesses here local. They have them at Roy's,
They do.
and Rocky demoed one for me. That spool went for ages,
Yeah.
like,
nice.
yeah. And then their braking system is different.
Yep.
Yeah, I almost pulled the trigger, but I was like, do I want to get into my beer fund? No. So
Yeah.
I went for a Lose Tournament Light.
Yeah. I bought all
Um,
my reels from Roy's.
I mean, I
Hey.
buy all my stuff there.
I buy all my stuff there.
Yep.
I think most people in the area do.
Oh, they do.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's really nobody it's a one-stop shop for fishing. Nobody
Mhm.
compares.
If you ever before any big tournament in Corpus, if you go in there about Thursday, about 3 o'clock, or if there's a norther blowing through Thursday,
Packed.
go in Roy's.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
gonna see
yeah.
everybody you're fishing against in there.
Yeah.
So you're walking down the aisles and down the corky aisle, and somebody down. Don't look what I'm buying. Don't look what I'm buying. You're kind of what you been doing.
Hey, Brian says some of my best memories fishing was with Mitchell Speed and Jake Speed. Love you boys, and we damn sure gonna run it back one of these days.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a good deal.
It's about that time.
It's about that time. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you have you said, I think 4 weeks before you can start fishing again.
Yeah.
So tell everybody out there, if they want to go fishing with Mitchell Speed, they want to hire Mitchell Speed, take them out, teach them how to do some wade fishing. You know, how do they get hold of you?
They can get a hold of me. My Facebook account is pretty much my primary one. Got my email address, my cell phone number, Instagram. I am the world's worst on trying to keep track on social media. It's hard to post a whole bunch of pictures, but that's just how it is. But there's my contact information on there if someone wants to get a hold of me.
So it's under Captain Mitchell Speed.
Yep, Captain
under
Mitchell
Captain.
Speed.
Put out your phone number.
You got my phone number. Phone
No.
number is 361-571-4673. Text me day or night. I'll
Awesome.
respond.
There you go.
Well,
Captain Mitchell Speed.
Mitchell, thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Thank both y'all gentlemen.
Yeah, no, we
Without
we
me.
enjoyed
We
the
enjoyed it, yeah.
conversation, talking about gator trout and all your experiences. And so you've got 6 weeks before you can fish? 4
4.
weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 weeks, give or take.
Give or
I'm-
take. He might push it a little
I
bit.
might push it a little bit. My mom's probably watching me. I got in trouble because I took the stitches out myself. So yeah, I'm itching back. But hey, it came in a perfect time. You know, it's almost that time. So like, hey, it's gonna be perfect. I'll get done, get some work stuff knocked out, and it'll
Yeah.
be perfect time to fish again.
Be
Oh,
healed up right
yeah.
for the good time of,
Yep.
of fishing.
All right. And for all of you out there, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you can catch, of course, I'm going to upload the audio to Podbean, Amazon Music for the podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio is kind of hard to find, and Spotify. So, Mitchell, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mitchell.
Great. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I
And,
learned a lot.
Hey, and for all the listeners, like, subscribe, and share
Share.
to
That's
these
right.
Line June
gentlemen's
Waters. Thanks.
channel.
Thank you.
And y'all get some good stuff
All
coming.
right. Well, tight lines.
Yes, sir.
Tight lines, everybody.